We good to go?
Talk, bro.
Oh, sorry. Were you gonna play the video? The video.
I just did. What the fuck are you missing out on?
Oh, the video never played on my end.
I played on mine and it played on the live stream. This is a horrible start.
Horrible start. Well, that's all right. As you can see, it's just me and Cam tonight. Everyone else is busy, meetings, everything. Me and Cam are busy too, but somehow we make time for it.
You know what we're busy with? Building the brand.
Building the brand. Everyone else has better things to do.
Yeah.
You and I are here just trying to save 10K bets. And Marlo hasn't been on the show in weeks, it feels like, which is still kind of nice.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it is kind of nice. Like I said, guy likes to talk, so it gives us a chance to get our brand out there a little bit.
He's got to share the spotlight every once in a while, right?
Yeah, no doubt. But how you doing today, Cam? How's your Thursday?
I've just been watching basketball the day off.
Lucky.
Yeah, I've been watching basketball, and then I got the fucking mullet back today. I'm feeling fresh. We're ready for Vegas. The countdown's on. We leave Wednesday, so what? 5 days left after today.
It's gonna be a long weekend.
That's just hard. I don't know.
It'll be a long weekend for you, and then especially after Selection Sunday, you're gonna start making your bets. Are you gonna make any bets before you go?
Well, I'll fill out like my brackets and shit, but
of course, but
probably just hit all the bets once I get there. I'll know what I want to do, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's my problem. Like Selection Sunday, I fill one out right away Sunday night, and then I just like change everything. I'll look at it for like the next 3 days, and then I hate the four. What's your thoughts on the first four? I hate those fucking games.
I love them
because I think they're stupid.
The way I look at it is it's something to bet on. Like I don't want to wait from Sunday to Thursday for basketball. Like give me the more better, and then you can bet on them. It's really like it's honestly fun betting on like the 16 seed playing games. Like you can actually make some money there because the lines are always fucked.
True. It's just such a tease. It's like when you're in high school. It's like your first time with a girl, and you're like cuddle, and you think you're gonna do something. She's like, "No, this isn't the real thing yet." It's like, okay, I get it. Like, but disappointed still, nonetheless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
It's because it's not like the actual tournament, and like none of these teams are probably gonna make a run. Probably.
Well, I'm pretty sure besides like 1 year since they started doing this, like not the 16 seeds obviously, but the other teams they've won at least one game. And then like you went from the playing game to the Final Four. Like it's possible.
Yeah.
This is March, anything can
This is March, and it is madness. And we saw madness last night. What are your thoughts on Ben Johnson being the Gopher head coach forever now?
I don't know about forever.
But he gained some points back with you, I bet.
Yeah. He's they're not gonna fire him, I don't think.
They have to, dude.
Not this year. I don't think they will.
Oh, they were so bad. How many? Would they win one Big Ten game?
Two. But yeah, not good. But I mean, he did lose Dennis Evans, which sucks. But I think you give him one more year, it's probably a make or break year. Two seems like kind of a short leash, especially like he inherited like a fucking depleted roster. Like everyone after Patino left, like we lost everyone. Like we didn't have one single player, I don't think. Like I'm pretty sure everyone was gone besides Eric Curry, but he played on our team for as long as Aaron Rodgers played on the Packers, so that doesn't count. He was around.
Yeah, I lost. I bet Nebraska. I lost. The line was just what I thought it'd be. It was like 6.5.5, whatever it was. Dumbass is right. And then, but it's crazy tonight in like an hour, they play Maryland. The line, I took the Gophers. It's like, I got it at 13.5. And that's a lot of points. And to a team, they beat Maryland. Like that was one of the two teams they beat, right? Like
no, they beat Ohio State and they beat Rutgers.
Oh, maybe not.
But if both of those teams won today, so
true. Shit, that's a good point. I mean, I just thought 13.5 points is a lot of points, especially in like a Big Ten tourney. So it's like
Jake and I. It was funny. Jake and I last night we were at the house, obviously, but we were watching the game and we were cheering our asses off. Like we were losing our minds. And then we looked at each other like, what the fuck are we doing? We're the 14 seed in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah. Well, they could fuck around and win I think they could beat Maryland potentially, and then
that is true.
But then they play Indiana. I don't think they're going to beat Indiana.
We would get. I have a future bet on Indiana winning the Big Ten tournament. So
that's a pretty good bet.
If they did play Indiana, I would cheer for them, obviously, but we would get fucking full raced by them. Like,
yeah.
Indiana, sorry, They got like probably the best fucking duo in the conference with Hood Schifino and Trace Jackson Davis, and then Rice Thompson, Minnesota native, who should have came here, but obviously
that's why we suck. No one sticks around.
We can't recruit.
Our coach sucks.
Yeah, so. Patino. It was funny. Patino had that 1 year where he got 3 recruits in house. Was like Oturu, Kalsher, and Omersa, and then ever since then, like we've struggled.
Yeah, it's just been tough to watch Minnesota basketball ever since even before Patino. What was his name?
Tubby Smith.
Even that, like, that was like ultimate hope, and then it just kind of like came to a crashing halt.
Tubby Smith gave me some of my like most fun years as a Gopher fan, though. Like that, like Trevor Mbakwe, like those teams were so fun to watch.
Yeah,
like, Jake and I, like, we're the 2 probably biggest Gopher basketball fans I've ever met, and we'll just sit there and like reminisce about the old times. Like we'll sit there and like name old players and just get a kick out of it. It makes no sense.
See, that's so sad. As a mid-20-year-old, you're reminiscing about the past already because there's absolutely nothing to talk about right now. Because they're so shitty. It's like you're like 2 old guys meeting for coffee at McDonald's. You guys are like 60 years old, like at like 4 a.m. Like, yeah, remember Trevor Mbakwe? That was awesome.
True.
Like, and even those years weren't like awesome. Like, what's the highest seed to go for Ziv and ever even been in an NCAA tournament? Like an 8, like 7.
Well.
I'm saying, like, in our like generation.
In our generation, I don't know, but they made the Final Four. I'm a huge Gopher basketball fan, and I'm kicking myself because I forget what year it was. I also forget what seed we were, but they got it vacated for cheating. But other than that, like it's never been great. Well, we were a 5 seed a couple years ago, but then we played Middle Tennessee State, who was a 12 seed for no fucking reason. They should have been like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah,
so we lost right away, but. I don't know. It's miserable, but that's what being a Minnesota fan's all about.
Yep, we're used to it. And last night, did the Wild win last night? No.
Yeah, they did.
They did. Yeah, they're hot. At least they're good. That's what Josie, he was complaining because he hit the money line bet, did he bet the spread or money line? I don't remember which one he did, and then the over under. I baited him into betting the over. Or the under,
and the money
because the game before was 1-0.
I absolutely I'll never put 2 bets on the same game unless it's like the Super Bowl or something like that. But I hate it because then you hit one bet, you lose the other. Like it's just like, oh, well, I just wasted 3 hours.
Yeah, I used to love parlaying I take either the spread or money line with the over under, and like that's always what happens. You always hit one or the other. You never hit both ever.
People love same game parlays, but I only like it for like player props. But if you're betting spreads and over and unders in the same game, like I can't do it. Like because you're just like rooting for 2 different things within the same game. Like it should suck.
Yeah, and sometimes it can fuck you. Like if your team's up like big early, but you have the over, it's like, well, I still need points. Like the other team still kind of needs to score some points here. But
it's just like having too many fantasy football teams. Like I had what did I have? I had 8 teams this year. It was miserable.
Yeah.
Like Joe Mixon that's a bad example. He's shooting at kids. Like Justin Jefferson would have a touchdown and then I'd be all pumped, but then I'm facing him in 4 leagues. I'm like, oh, well, this is cool.
That is the downfall. And like, especially with us, like with betting, I mean, I bet at least half the NFL games on like a Sunday slate. And it's like, you got guys in fantasy and it's like, well, but I have the other team to win the game. Like,
I need Justin Tucker to hit this 50-yard field goal so I can hit my parlay, but also I will lose my fantasy game. So it's so dumb.
Well, that's just the life of a sports fan, a sports bettor, I guess.
It's the definition of being a degenerate. Like you just cheer on the stupidest shit. I remember we were in Vegas. This is actually before I turned 21. I went to Vegas with the boys for whatever reason. I just wanted to experience it. But I allegedly got into a casino, and I don't know how I got in, but we were at the sportsbook, and Eastern Washington was playing Kansas, and Kansas was up by like 16. I think the line was like 14.5, and Eastern Washington drilled like a half-court shot at the end, and everyone just erupted because they covered. Like it made no sense.
That's what makes it fun, though.
We were at Stadium Swim last year, and we all had Wild -1.5. So obviously it's March Madness, but we decided to throw some money on the Wild. So they have like a huge ass screen and there's like 10 games, but for March Madness, they like bring it to like, they split it in 4. But for some reason in the bottom left corner, they had the Wild game. All these games are going on. Everyone's freaking out over the games, but it was like a dead time. Like a couple of them are at halftime, and there was like commercials. And the Wild sank an empty netter to cover.
To cover,
and the four of us just went ballistic. Like we were going nuts. Jake elbowed some dude in the pool. Like this is like the dumbest shit that you cheer for.
You guys just huddled in the tiny little corner.
We were,
and everyone's like, "What the hell's wrong with those dudes? Like the really pale white guys. What are they?"
None of us have a tan. We all live in Minnesota. You can practically see through us.
Like, yeah. Then they see hockey's on, and okay.
And then Jake's just committing assault in the pool.
Yeah. I hope you guys have fun stories like that coming up next week.
We definitely will. I can't wait. I think we have this is our biggest group. We have 14 people coming, I think.
Holy shit. You guys aren't the group that's going to try to jam them all in 2 rooms, are you?
Oh no, we have a rule every time we travel. We have a buddy system, so we just decide who pairs up.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, my room, it's going to be chaos because it's Jake and I.
Ooh, that is chaos.
Yeah,
that's a disaster. It's going to be your pit vipers are going to be hanging from the shades.
We're going to drive each other nuts. Last year it was Jack Johansson and me, and it Josie's one of my best friends ever, so it was fine. But
he seems like he'd be the perfect person to share a room with.
Oh, he was, but it was an interesting dynamic because we were partying at the pool, and he went home. He went back to the room because he was literally puking up blood. So I come back to the room all shit faced, and he's fucked up. I'm like, dude, what is happening?
Some guys just can't take Vegas, I guess.
It's a mess. Well, I think he had I don't know. He was fine though. He'll be good this year. He's with Boss Man, so that'll be probably the chillest. I'll need a break from Jake. That's where I'll go.
Yeah, that'll be a nice organized room. Won't be a mess. Won't have a Kirk Cousins jersey and Vikings helmet sitting in the corner.
I just wake up and Jake's just fucking blitzing me.
Yeah. But no, that'll be awesome. I mean, hopefully you guys get some upsets. The only other upsets that happen I think Iowa lost today, right?
Yeah, Ohio State beat them.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Ohio State sucks this year, but again, we talked about before, it's these teams that have made these runs before. They just know how to do it.
Well, the Big Ten tournament, I knew it was going to be chaos because the Big Ten was so tight this year. Every high seed has won their game so far, which is crazy.
It's madness.
I'm watching right now. Penn State's up on Illinois too. Gives me hope that the Gophers will pull something off tonight, but they probably won't. I'll get let go.
Yeah, and I'm tired. I don't know. It sucks that we have the 8:00 game. It's just so late. I don't know why Minnesota always draws the late games all the time. It's stupid. It doesn't matter what sport. It's
then again, we don't deserve to be in prime time.
Well, I mean, that's probably why they did it, because it's this will they think it'll be the worst game. But I mean,
if they really wanted to do it, we should have been 11 a.m. on a Thursday afternoon. No one's watching that.
And those are my favorite.
Yeah.
I love it.
Me too. Especially when you have the day off.
Yeah, you picked the perfect day to have the day off.
I think my step count today, I mean, I did go get my haircut, but I'm pretty sure my step count was below 500. I haven't done
shit. That isn't very many steps.
I've just been watching basketball. Great.
Vegas watch and blood clot watch.
No shit. I got to get more active before Vegas. I got to hydrate. I probably shouldn't be drinking right now.
Yeah, because you'll get. I don't know about you. Every time I go to Vegas, I walk a lot. It's just a lot of walking.
Well, we're on the strip this year too, so we're definitely going to be walking.
Yeah, and the escalators are always broken. So at least when I'm there, they're always broken. Walk my fat ass.
Why aren't you coming? You got to come out.
I should have. I don't know why I didn't. I think you guys even put a message out there who wants to go to Vegas. I don't know why. Because me and my buddies usually go once a year, and I thought maybe do I really need to go to Vegas? Which I think we are in May. So it's do I need to go to Vegas twice in 2 months? But kinda.
I did that. So I went this was the same year that I was only 20 years old. I went, and then I went again for my 21st in May. And I'll tell you right now, after leaving my 21st, I'm I don't want to go to Vegas ever again.
Yeah.
And then a month later, I was let's go to Vegas.
Yeah, it is one of those things. On the flight home, you're that was enough. I don't want to go back there anymore. But then it usually, like you said, it's a hangover. And then a month later, you're I'm ready. Kind of like drinking. It's I'm ready again.
Yeah.
Didn't take long. But well, cool. Well, let's get into some picks. Yeah. What are you looking at this week? Again, it's kind of tough with the conference tournaments. You don't really know the matchups quite yet. But like you said, you got a future on Indiana. Any other futures you got out there?
Yeah, so what I've been doing for the conference tournaments, I'm not even betting on like individual games because I like thoroughly enjoy watching the games even if I don't have action on them. But I do futures on it every tournament basically. There's a couple that I didn't do, but all the power conferences I have futures. So Big Ten, I have Indiana. Pac-12, I have Arizona. The Mountain West, I put Utah State. That was just a random one I threw out.
Yeah, that was random.
They're kind of a bubble team, so they have something to prove.
Yeah.
The ACC, I did Miami. It's kind of chalk, but Miami's a fucking wagon. Like
they're very good.
Yeah,
I think they might.
We've been on them.
Yeah, I was picking between. I placed the future today to win the whole thing, the NCAA tournament. I went with Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I put plus 2,000. Marcus Carr is awesome, but I was looking at Miami too. It's like, but Texas at plus 2,000 seemed like a decent bet to me.
That is a good bet, and that's like. I don't know. I'm kind of a nerd. I get like big into like Ken Palm, like looking at like offensive efficiency and defensive efficiency. Like,
yeah,
there's a bunch of rules of like what has happened in previous years that like helps me decide. But I don't know. I still end up losing all the time, so it doesn't matter. But
absolutely.
What else do I have? I don't even. Dude, I have so many bets out there. I have Southern to win the SWAC. I know that, which is like the greasiest conference tournament you could ever watch.
But we love those. There's nothing wrong with those. I mean,
yeah.
But I don't know. I just think it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be a different team this year, like Texas. I don't even know if Texas has ever won the whole thing before, but it just feels. But like Miami's in there too. Like Miami's always been good for the most part, but it's like I don't remember last time they were in the Final Four.
I was all in on Miami almost all year, and then like I said, I looked up like the Ken Palm stuff, and they don't play defense. Like that's not good. No. So I was like thinking that I was gonna make them like go to the Final Four, but I don't know. I'm all in on Indiana though. That team is on fire.
Yeah, they're good. And I always for NCAA tournaments, I always look at 3-point shooting too. Always. Mm-hmm. I feel like especially with the mid-major teams, if they make it and they get like a 12 seed or something, it's like they can shoot the piss out of the ball from the 3-point line. They can upset like anyone. Like even the teams that are awesome at defense, it's like. I mean, that's good and all, but like if you can't stop the 3-point shot, like they'll still kill you.
That's why I love watching like the mid-major tournaments because you can see who like possibly could make a run in March.
Yeah, it'll be. I'm just so excited. I can't wait for Sunday.
It's literally all I've been thinking about.
Yes, since the Super Bowl ended. That's what this is like the worst for me. This is like the worst time of year.
Well, I'm an idiot. Like I think about this since like. October when they started playing. November when they started playing. Like,
I'm just too into football. I just don't think there's enough like time in the day to like look at all of it and like watch it all. So I just watch all football and then like once the NFL playoffs start going, because it's a little less football, and then I start watching more college basketball. Now like the past month, that's all I've watched pretty much.
Yeah.
Because like the NBA, it's whatever, the Timberwolves suck. So it's like I don't want to watch them. Wild for the most part have sucked.
Which is wild that we're saying that the Timberwolves suck because they're literally 6, but they still suck.
They still suck, and it doesn't matter. They're going to end up being in the playing game, and they're going to lose. So it doesn't even matter.
It's just better than like not making the playoffs, like they did for so many years. But still, it's not fun to watch.
Yeah, and the only reason why we're any good is because of Ant. I mean, no one else is really like awesome. It's just a bunch of like 6 men and Anthony Edwards. Like,
for me, this is like the best time of year for sports, though. It starts with the Super Bowl. And then you go into obviously college basketball with March Madness, and then you have the NFL draft is like a national holiday for me.
Yeah,
I love the NFL draft.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then it rolls right into baseball season, which is my favorite time of the year. So
yeah, I love baseball too, but I don't like spring training. I think it's boring. Yeah, like to watch the games is boring.
But this year's electric because the World Baseball Classic is here.
That's true. When does that start?
Watch. It's already started. It's so fun. Last night, Donnie and I, we were up. It was like 1 a.m. We were watching like the Netherlands play Panama or some shit, and it was electric. It was great.
We should find where we can get lines on that. I haven't seen that.
I'm pretty sure that everyone has them. It's like the Little League World Series for adults.
Yeah. Do they let if you want to play, you can play? Pretty much. Like, is the USA a wagon?
The USA is a wagon.
Nice.
I mean, they have Mike Trout and I mean whoever you can think of. Yeah.
So the stars play. It's not like sometimes like I know like in hockey. Like for the Olympics and stuff, they're like, you're not playing. Like,
it's pretty much whoever wants to play. But I mean, there's a lot of MLB players and a lot of Twins players too. because you have like these countries where there's not a lot of MLB players, but you can play for a country if you're a citizen, if you were born there, which automatically makes you a citizen, I think. I don't know how that works. Or if your parents were born in either of those countries.
Oh, so even if you're born here, but like your parents were immigrants, you can still go back and play for like your country.
There's a player his name's Lars Nootbaar, which is a fucking great name.
What? I didn't know Germany had a team.
No, he's like super American, I think, but he plays for Japan because his mom was born there, and he's the only person on Japan that can speak English.
Is this like a 6'8" white guy?
Yeah,
amongst like a bunch of like Japanese dudes.
there was a video. They were playing like an exhibition game to get ready for it, and they were all like in a huddle, and they were all obviously speaking Japanese. And it panned to Nootbaar, and he's like, "I don't know what the fuck he just said, but let's go." He said something like that.
That's awesome. Well, maybe our boys over at Better Edge can get the lines through the World Baseball Classic. How long does it go for? What the fuck is wrong with my chair? This fucking chair. I bought this thing at Target like 4 years ago. It's just fucking falling apart.
You need a new one. It goes right up until the beginning of the year, I think, or the baseball season. I think it's like 2 weeks before, 2 weeks or a week before the baseball season is when it ends.
Nice. Well, yeah, Better Edge, if you're listening, get us some lines for that. And make sure everyone else, make sure to go use code 10K for free $20 over at Better Edge. If not World Baseball Classic, they'll have all the lines for college basketball coming up March Madness. Go win yourself some money. Especially if you're going to Vegas, you're probably going to need it. So
yeah, I've been saving up for a while. If you don't save up for Vegas, then you're fucked.
Yeah. Well, and that's the worst part. You like, especially like us, like you don't want to bet too much either. Like, or have like money tied up. It's like, I might need this.
Right. Yeah, I got to pay rent.
Yeah, exactly. Boys got bills.
It's so dangerous. I get paid, and it's like my commission paycheck the day we leave for Vegas. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, that's bad.
This might be irresponsible.
Yeah, and that's like the worst. Like you go to the airport and you'll get like 2 beers or something. I always get airport beers. You have to, I think.
Oh yeah.
And it's like with tip, it's like you start the vacation off. It's like $26. It's like, oh fuck. This is gonna be an expensive 3 days.
I'm gonna show up to Vegas fucked up because it's me, Boss Man, and Jack Johansson. We're all flying out the same flight, and we're all gonna be wearing our suits that we wore at the,
that's right.
the hockey tournament. Gonna be some hangover shit.
Yeah, and you said you have a layover too.
Yeah, we're flying to LA. I don't know why we did that, but it honestly just makes it more fun because we're just drinking the whole time.
How long's your layover in LA?
Like an hour and a half, something like that, 2 hours.
Perfect.
Yeah,
slam a few beers.
We're also flying front row Spirit Airlines to LA.
Hell yeah, that's as baller as it gets.
Hell yeah,
you guys have your suits.
That is the definition of balling on a budget.
I think you guys just need to record everyone that's like walking by you guys, like peasants. In first class. Yeah, well, peasants, yeah, and just like see what kind of looks you get. Like,
yeah,
who the fuck are these guys?
So funny.
That'd be awesome.
But no, do you have any bets this weekend?
Like I said, the only one I've made was I took Minnesota tonight plus 13.5. I made that future on Texas plus 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back on my Will Zalatoris golf shit. They're playing at TPC Sawgrass, the Players, this weekend. I know it's a big one.
Yeah.
On the fifth major, as they call it.
I was watching with Jack today. I watched a lot of it, actually. First of all, thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I'm going to become a hashtag golf guy because it was great.
Yeah, that's what
looked like shit, though.
Yeah, I used to like not watch it at all because like growing up, I was so bad at golf, and I still am so bad at golf. Mm-hmm. But it's so fun to watch and to bet on. It's so awesome. It's the best. And like it's kind of like NASCAR where you get like huge lines. It's like this could hit. Like you don't have to put that much money on it, get a great payout. And like I said, I took Zalatoris like plus 3,200 or something. Granted, he's like 4 over or something, and he's tied for like 94th. He might not even make the fucking cut, but
he looked bad.
Yeah,
that's the weird thing about golf is like you never know. Like that, some guy I never even heard of. He was 8 under today.
Yeah, that Ramey guy.
Yeah.
That's what I was keeping track of it all day at work. And it's like I don't like who I would have never in a million years. Like I should have looked up what the odds for him was. It's like I bet he was plus 5,000-6,000.
Yeah.
And he'll make the cut. I mean, he probably will fall off eventually. That's what always seems to happen. There's a couple of randos that like rise to the top and then they slowly just like trickle down as like the more. I think Morikawa did really well today. Like the Morikawas and Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth, those guys float to the top. But
yeah,
no, so I took that, and then NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up the name of the race this weekend. It's in Phoenix. The United Rentals Work United 500.
What?
It's just that's too long of a name.
Yeah, it sounds like a bowl game.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. It's like, all right, NASCAR, you're trying to get more people to watch this. Not for one, I only know United Rentals because I've done business with them before. But it's like United Rentals. A lot of people don't even know who you are. So like, what do you rent? And like a name like United Rentals Work United 500. It's like if I was a very, very casual NASCAR fan, I'd be like, I don't even know what this means.
Honestly, that long of a name would make me not want to rent anything from them.
Yes, exactly. I don't know what you guys are trying to accomplish here, but besides the point, Chase Elliott, my guy, your guy, he's out, broken leg, probably done. I mean, he'll come back, but his season's theoretically over, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if that waiver will pass and he'll be eligible for the playoffs. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you think you'd have to. He's like the most popular driver in NASCAR. He is one of the best. I mean,
I guarantee you he never snowboards again.
No. Like I said, I don't know who greenlit that.
Yeah, we were talking.
Someone either got fired or in very big trouble for like booking his travel to Tahoe or wherever the hell he went skiing. Like, yeah, they're fucked. But Hendricks is a wagon nonetheless.
Yeah.
And that's where my bets lie for NASCAR this weekend. I know you kind of wait to feel it out a little bit, but I took Kyle Larson plus 900. He's due, especially after that fuckface Larry McReynolds and Danica Patrick fucked him over last week with that caution. And he's awesome. He could win any race, to be honest. Like, he's that good. And then on top of that, I took any Chevy to win plus 150. Just because I think
that's a good bet.
Yeah, just because, like I said, Hendricks is such a wagon. I could see any one of those guys winning. Even, I mean, Chase's stunt double, whoever that Chateau Lemieux, I'll just call him. Oh, that's my favorite race car driver. But we'll just say I don't know what his name is. He's not going to win. But the team's awesome. But where do your allegiances lie this weekend at the United Rentals Work United 500?
I usually wait, like you said, on NASCAR, especially like a race like this. Phoenix is just like it's very similar to Las Vegas, where like qualifying matters a lot because if you get ahead of the pack, like you're sitting pretty, which honestly makes it a very boring race. Like I still love watching it, but the NASCAR casuals who shit on it, like adds fuel to their fire. But so I'll definitely wait till after qualifying. I'll place bets Sunday morning. Kevin Harvick's always like dominant at Phoenix, so if he qualifies good, especially with it being his farewell tour, like he can make some moves, but it just depends. You are right about Chevy though. I'm pretty sure Stenhouse drives Chevy, so I'm pretty sure Stenhouse has cleaned house. Or I'm pretty sure Chevy has like swept every race. One thing I will say though is Toyota's due. So if Hamlin or
that's what I was going to say. Denny Hamlin's due.
Yeah,
that's who's due. I mean,
if Hamlin or Truex or even Bubba Wallace, he actually looked good last week. So if either of them qualify up the top, I'll probably put money on them. But it just depends. It's a crapshoot. Yeah. And honestly, like I'm a huge NASCAR guy, but I'm not gonna I'm still gonna watch it. But like Selection Sunday comes first. Like that's
one of those things where I'm gonna bet it, kind of just like check on it, kind of thing, or flip back to it here and there just to see. Or it'll be one of those where it's like you check in and like the last stage of the race.
Yeah.
See who's what. I mean, if my boys are out, then I probably won't watch the rest of it. But it should be a good race. What else? I can't think it. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say Sammy wanted us to throw out a bet on there because he's somewhere in the middle of fucking Europe right now. He's always somewhere.
A man of mystery.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with him?
I don't think I've left the Twin Cities Metro in 3 months, and he's Super Bowl, PGA tournaments, and then he's just dropped. He's like, I won't be able to make it. I'm just in London for the week.
He's what did he say? He said, sorry, fellas, I'm out. I land in about 45 from Europe, have to go through customs. So he's on his way back. So hopefully he makes it back alive. And then he says, if y'all wouldn't mind giving out this parlay for Peter Yan, who I actually do know who that is. This is UFC parlay. And then Stead Nurmagona Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia. I believe I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's pronounced Saeed.
Yeah, probably. And then he says for a parlay for plus 110. And may I add, like, I used to follow the UFC like very heavily. I haven't really watched it. I watched last week, but I don't know, like a parlay at plus 110 just kind of seems like a waste of time, right?
Yeah, it does. I mean, these guys must be heavy favorites, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, again, I'm a very casual UFC fan. I'm assuming these are just like 2 fights at like one event. And like he's picking like him to win. Or he's picking Peter with only 1 E. I noticed that too. That's weird. I don't like that. I wouldn't have picked him because he's only got 1 E. And it's probably pronounced like Petter. I don't like that guy. I wouldn't have picked him. And the other guy, Saeed.
Onomatopoeia.
Yeah. Plus 110. I mean, unless they're like, it's a lock. I mean, that's good money. If like individually, that's like minus 220 and minus
looks
200.
Like he sent a picture. It looks like Jan is minus 255 and Onomatopoeia is minus 235. So I guess if it's free money, then might as well. Maybe that's why he makes all the money. I don't know.
But like are there ever any like upsets in UFC? I don't I don't know. Like I feel like it's like more of like a 50-50 chance. Like not truly, but like there's a good, like if one guy lands like one good fucking punch, like changes the whole thing. Like anyone could land that punch. These guys are all freak athletes.
That's why UFC is electric. Like out of any like combat sport, UFC is by far the best. Have you ever watched boxing?
Yeah, I like boxing. Like, but again, very, very casual. Like I watch it, but I hate paying for it. I think that's the biggest problem with these fighting sports. It's like I wanted to watch who's the social media guy, the Paul guy.
Paul?
Yeah, him and the other guy. I was gonna watch that because I have ESPN Plus, and it's like, yeah, watch on ESPN Plus. I'm like, sweet. Clicked on it, it's like, sweet, just pay another like $40. It's like, okay, I don't want to watch it that bad. I don't care.
We allegedly may have something to where we can watch everything for free, but that's the only
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. That's the only reason why I've watched a lot of these fights because I'm not like going to pay for it. UFC, I'll probably pay for, especially if there's a group thrown in, then it's cheap. But I don't know. Like
I might have to get into it a little bit more.
I think boxing sucks. Like I fucking.
Oh really?
Oh, dude, it's too long. Like it's. I think it's kind of boring. Like I think I would rather watch the prelims of a UFC fight than a Canelo fight. That's a hot take.
I guess I used to think boxing is boring, but then once you learn like the scoring behind it, like what they get for like certain punches and like shit like that, it's like you like pay more attention to it. It's like, oh shit, and it does get boring because sometimes they'll just dance around the ring for like 15 minutes and then they'll just pick someone. It's like, okay, well, why the fuck did he win? They just did nothing.
The shit that's crazy. Have you seen this new power slap thing?
Like, I've just seen videos on like TikTok and stuff of people just slapping the fucking piss out of each other.
Yeah, it's a real thing. I think Dana White,
like in a small arena, and like people like get knocked out and shit.
Yeah, it's like power slap. I think Dana White either endorses it or he may even own it, but that shit literally looks like suicide.
Yeah, I don't know how that's like allowed. It looks very dangerous.
If I was in power slap though, I would be the biggest. That would be like the cockiest dude ever. I would like knock someone out like by slapping someone and just dab on them. Like,
yeah.
I said I was gonna bring that into this episode.
Yeah, you did.
There's gonna be a dab in every episode now.
Yeah. Well, in a way, you kind of already power slap. I think I've seen almost a handful of videos of you slapping Boss Man now.
True. Maybe I should try out for power slap.
Yeah. Are you and Boss Man? Maybe you guys just make a video of you guys testing it out on each other and getting ready for one of these late. Do it tonight for the Gopher game. This is a late start.
True.
Power slap pregame, you guys could call it.
Should I have him slap me?
Yes.
We should go film that quick. Jake and I preparing for a Gopher Big Ten pass.
Yeah, the power slap pregame.
Yeah, let's wrap this shit up. I gotta go film a video.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, we are gonna wrap it up. It's kind of a short episode. Everyone doesn't want to hang out with us tonight, which is fine. I feel like we did pretty good. A lot of bets tonight. Big day Sunday for Selection Sunday. We'll have a big episode on Monday. Once the brackets come out, we can kind of talk some brackets, talk some picks for the first round, see how they play out. First four, see where they fall, and it's March, baby. We're ready. Yeah, it's a big time of year. Yeah, let's do this.
Let's ride.
Awesome. Well, cool. Thanks everyone for tuning in to 10K Bets Live, and we will see you all on Monday.
Peace.
Peace.